Lesson number 4, we are going to drop a helicopter out of the sky. In flight training, and whether it's fixed wing, helicopters, whatever, you got to learn how to deal with the emergency. And that's what we're doing. We're dropping a helicopter out of the sky and learning how to glide it if you have an engine out. In the fixed wing world, early lessons deal with stalls and what to do to glide the airplane when the engine fails. It's no different in the helicopter. So Cody has told me we are going to learn how to begin to do auto rotations, which is where we glide a helicopter that has an engine problem.
We're gonna head out into like an open area of airspace and be working on auto rotation entries. We'll be climbing up to about 2,500, 3,000 feet, and just going through the steps of what we're gonna be doing for pedal inputs, or control inputs rather, to enter in the auto rotations, just working on the entry and the glide. Considering his experience with gyros, and then just his general aptitude I've seen so far, I think probably be a little rough at first per most students, but I think it should start to see some of those wires connecting towards the end of the flight. I don't think he's going to get it all in the first lesson that we're working on it today, but I think we're going to make some good progress.
Beecham Tower, Sage 5 at the Sage ramp with Sierra. Would like to take off westbound to Navy.
And I have Sage 5 and Sage 1. Sage 1, you were at hotel, you're looking to go to Bravo?
I'm doing all this hovering? You are?
Sage 1, traffic holding in position, full length. Departing hotel will be at your own risk. Proceed direct Bravo.
We'll get a little bit to the left here to give this Sierra some room.
Okay. So you can actually head north and then enter the traffic pattern that way.
Sage 1, proceed northbound, remain east of runway.
Is that good or you want more?
No, we're good. He's going to Aero. Or Monitor.
Proceed northbound and I'll remain east and wait for you to call my turn. Sage 1.
Exit 417, helicopter just off the right side of the runway, runway 34, clear for takeoff, flight runway heading.
Clear for takeoff, runway heading on 34, jet 417.
And Sage 5, you wanted westbound?
Affirmative, Sage 5.
And where are you at?
We're at Sage ramp.
Stage 5, use caution with the company. Departing the stage ramp will be at your own risk. Wind 020 at 7. You can right turnout approved. Depart northbound.
And just to confirm, you want us doing a left departure to go through Navy, or do you want us to do like a right downwind across?
Stage 5, correction. Proceed northbound, and I'll call your turn to the west.
Northbound, you got the turn, Stage 5.
All right, you ready? I got traffic and company traffic.
Keep a little bit left on the pressure here.
Departure, jet 417.
Whoa, you're good. We got this guy, let's go behind him.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Sage 42, Sage ramp, like direct over to Bravo for patterns.
Okay.
That's a little bit of right pedal, see the trim tricks.
42?
That's correct, Sage 42.
Stage 42, departing the ramp will be at your own risk. Wind 020.
Everybody taking off. There's our 50, so now we're going to come up.
34 for Bravo.
And we're going to stay on the east side of Alpha here, so basically following the company traffic up there.
Copy.
And Beecham Tower, Sage 1, am I clear to turn left for Bravo?
How are we doing on people taking off?
A firm, you can start your turn. Taxiway Bravo.
I think he cleared some of the land, so there shouldn't be anybody taking off right now. I don't see anybody on the runway either.
Okay. For my downwind. And taxiway Bravo, clear to land. Stage 1.
Stage 5, use caution with company. You can proceed westbound.
Okay, well, we got company in sight. Westbound approved, Stage 5. Okay, clear left.
You're clear left, sir.
Keep those blades just off the horizon. Company's still in sight. We're a little slow. So I'm going to get that nose down a little bit.
It's all good. What we'll do is we'll kind of aim for just the south side of the Lake Worth that we see here. Or I guess a better description would be to aim for the bridge crossing up there on 820.
Okay.
And then we can we'll climb up to 2,000 on our way out of here. I'll take controls here just so you can give you a little bit more of a mental energy to listen. So,
okay.
I will controls. And so what we're looking for here again is that slow entry is so it'll be the down collective, right pedal, aft cyclic. Once the collective is all the way down, we're going to then roll off the throttle and then check up with the RPM. And so if we come up too quickly, or too much rather, maybe a combination of both depending on what we do. We may find ourselves with our RPM never being able to come up. So we do need to, on the initial entry portion of it, we're going to see a droop in the rotor RPM, and in a true engine failure, or in a simulated one, if I close the throttle on you, we will have pretty low RPM, probably around 95%. So with that, we need to be a little bit more patient on the down collective and keeping it down and allowing the RPM to rise up. For the sake of what we're doing with just the our own entry, so lowering the collective and then rolling the throttle off, we shouldn't really have a drop in the RPM. So again, nice smooth controls, down collective, right pedal, aft cyclic, roll off, catch the build. You heard me say that over and over again.
Okay. The drill.
Yep. And so what we're looking for on that again is entering in at 75 knots. As we do enter and we bring a little bit of aft cyclic, that'll slow us down to about 65. If we're hanging around 70, that's totally fine. Even if we're at like 60, that's okay. I don't want to try to get any lower than that as much as possible. Any bit higher than 80. The issue that we'll find ourselves in is if we're higher than 80 knots, if we try to add aft cyclic to slow down, if we add too much, we could actually get too high of a rotor RPM build, and that could be, you know, dangerous. Don't want to overspeed. But also, when we're practicing these autos, and this goes for just anything, or at least when we're performing these maneuvers, is if we're going to be simulating it, we want to make sure we're over positioned, that if we do actually find ourselves in an actual auto rotation, we're not like doing it over water or we're over a bunch of trees or homes or something like that, where, hey, if we come to bring the power back in with the throttle and it's not there, we got to commit to the rest of the auto rotation, go down for a full down.
Understood.
So just a kind of a safety thing in mind. So that's why I like to do this out here, because it's just wide open. Very, very limited on the power lines. I think we have like a high line that's running a little bit more to the west. Shouldn't be in our way that we got. We still have access to like large roads if we want to skid on one of those. These fields are relatively flat, so kind of, unless you're over here by that kind of that river that's running through here, a little dried creek bed. So, all right, we'll continue our climb up. Now we're going to go for about 3,000. And I'm going to do this first one and just kind of talk through what we're doing on it.
Okay.
But I'll have you following along per usual.
Okay.
Keep the climb up. Set myself about 60 knot climb here. A little bit up on the power, bringing that up still. Parker County traffic, helicopter 1970 Hotel will be 6 miles to the northeast of the field, climbing up to 3,000, or to 3,000 below on some auto rotations, Parker County. We'll look around us, so we want to clear, make sure we're not going to be bumped into anybody coming around. Got some birds off the right.
Yeah, I see those.
Looking left, I don't see any other traffic, scanning slow.
Oh, got a bunch of birds right here to the right.
Insight, thank you.
A bunch. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You guys are a little out of your comfort zone. All right, about 3,100 feet, so this is good here. Plenty of spots to land if I needed to. The wind is going to be out of kind of the north-northeast today, so when we're going to be entering these auto rotations, I want to enter into the wind. So what we're going to do is give ourselves a little bit of a right turn into it. Also, we'll see what the nose is doing as far as what it wants to go from pointing into the wind. I'll accelerate myself to 75 knots. I'm going to bring us into a flying position here. Good spots to land, big field here. Got those power lines inside as well. What we're going to do is just enter, and then we're going to hold this and we'll recover with the power recovery. But for what we're looking for is that down collective, right pedal, aft cyclic. Keep the collective all the way down. Once it's all the way down, we'll roll off, and then we'll check up about an inch. So we'll go and enter in 3, 2, 1. Down collective, right pedal, aft cyclic, rolling off, catch up, check the build. And look at our rotor RPM just hanging out right in the green. It's a little high, so I'm going to bump up on the collective just a tiny bit. And what that's going to do is just bring it right back down. You can feel how little I'm actually moving it. Just these little small checks in it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if I raise the collective too much, watch the rotor RPM drops. If I start to lower it down to follow it, and again, just keeping my nose in the same position, you can feel the aft cyclic, because that nose wants to drop, I will then follow it up with the build. And a little down as it comes down. So what we can see most students kind of make is if they do it too much. So we'll get too big on a build, and then we're late on it and we drop it too much. And now we're behind it, exactly. So we're kind of in that anticipation. And then if I don't do anything with the cyclic, the nose is going to drop with down, and it'll raise with up. So I'm going to bring the throttle back in now. Just letting the governor take it. I'm going to raise that collective, add a little bit of left pedal for my trim, and just push forward and climb out. I'm going to look right, clear right. I'm going to
clear right. Easy peasy.
Just like that. Like I I said, we want this to really feel like a non-event, and it really can if we just get that nice little steady state in the RPM.
Yeah.
Biggest thing we want to try to pay attention to is what the nose is doing as well, because every time I move that collective, we're going to see the nose move with it as well.
Yeah.
So if I raise the collective, nose is going to try to come up, and so what I need to do is counter that with a little bit of forward on the cycle.
Yeah, it's all side picture. It's almost 100% side picture.
It is, yeah, and you can totally do that. We'll kind of do some drills maybe later on, depending on how we're doing with the collective and stuff, where we can actually just hand off the collective and just fly with the cyclic only. And as long as we get the collective set in a nice spot, we can keep the RPM right in the green the whole time. So for this one, what I want you to do is you're just going to be flying the cyclic. And so we're just going to be holding that side picture. And then I'll be on the collective and the pedals for you. So I'll enter us into it, and then I'll give you the cyclic, and you're just going to hold that, and I'll have you kind of manipulate our airspeed, RPM with that.
You don't want to see how I could do with the 3?
Do you want to go for it?
I want to go for it.
All right. Get you into it. We got 3,000 feet here.
Okay.
Coming in the wind like this. I'm going to give you all controls here.
I've got the controls.
You have them all?
I have them all.
So let's keep in this heading kind of towards Eagle Mountain up here.
Okay.
I'm going to go and pull you some full carb.
And I've got some towers right in front of me.
That's sight.
All right, so I'm at 65 right now.
Yep, so we'll aim for this field.
Okay. All right.
We'll go up to 75 for entry.
75?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And when you're ready, you'll call it, and we'll count down. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and then you'll get into the auto.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
Down, collective all the way. A little bit quicker on that. Right pedal, half cyclic, keep the pitch, roll off, and we'll check up with the RPM. More up. See how the RPM's high?
Yeah.
When you come up more, you're real stiff. Just relax there.
Like there?
Yeah, so look at the RPM. It's a little low, so we're going to lower the collective to come with it.
Oh, lower the collective.
Yeah, so we want to follow the RPM with our left hand. So RPM's low, so lower the left hand. Here it comes up, so raise the hand with it. And we're a little out of trim, so give me some right pedal.
Lancaster 3 or don't sit right down, 3-1 Lancaster.
And a little fast, so bring some ab cyclic, just a tiny bit of ab cyclic. More back on the cyclic. There you go. RPM's going to come up with it, and we're going to gain some, or lose some of that airspeed. You're letting that nose fall over too much, so give me a little bit more back on the cyclic. Perfect. Just keeping our eyes outside, looking inside, checking the gauges. 70 knots, bottom of the green looks good. Eyes are back outside. All right, we're going to go and recover, so just release that grip on the throttle, let the RPM come up with the governor. Now raise that collective, pitch forward for some airspeed, and a little bit of left pedal for the trim. And we'll just climb out. All right, I have all controls here.
You have the controls.
Got them. So the biggest thing I could see on that one, on the entry, is we're really stiff on that collective.
I was stiff.
So like I said, you're definitely slow, which I appreciate. We're just going to be a little bit faster.
Okay.
Just to get us into that auto-rotative state. If not, we're just in a fast descent.
Okay.
Traffic, Skylane 44 Tango Romeo is going to depart from runway 25.
Okay, but I feel it. It's rough around the edges, but I think I can trim off the fat there and
for sure.
Tighten it up.
That's a good place to start. And all 3 controls at once, so. All right, I'm going to give you all controls here.
I have the controls.
You have all controls, so we're looking at 3,000 feet, 75 knots. We'll go ahead and pull up that carb all the way.
Okay.
Lights are out, gauges are green. We got 1/2 and 1/4 tank. Carb's out of the yellow and up. When you're ready, you'll go and enter us in.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Down, collective, right pedal, half cyclic, roll off, and raise the collective a little bit now. So coming up with the RPM. What I want you to do is keep that throttle rolled off here. There you go. So RPM's a little high, so let's check up on the RPM, or the collective. Good.
To the west, northwest,
Nice. And so we'll keep this attitude that we've got set. This is why we have our eyes outside.
Yeah.
And we'll check back in, look at the gauges. 70 knot looks great. A little low on the green. So down on the collective, don't let the nose drop too much. So just a tiny bit of aft with that. There you go. Good catch. Hanging out, eyes outside, looking at our spots. That's why it's important, because we enter an RPM, where are we going to land?
And we got those towers right there off your left.
Yep.
To the west,
a little low, so we're going to catch that down. Don't let the nose drop with it. Got to be careful with that flare like that. We might get too big of a build.
Okay.
So let's go and recover. So we'll release that grip on the throttle, let the RPM take up, or the governor take the RPM back up, and we're just going to raise the collective now, add that left pedal, and pitch for airspeed. So some forward cyclic, left pedal, up collective, and here we go. That was a lot better on that one.
Okay.
Definitely didn't feel as stiff, and you were responding to those kind of controls a little bit better. I think the same thing I was kind of said it a couple times is, as we're moving that collective, don't let the nose move with it. That's when we kind of counter it with the cyclic.
2,000, climbing 3,000.
Yes, sir. So nice to have my flying eyes back now.
Oh good.
I don't have all that like extra noise creeping in right here anymore.
Yeah.
Alright, so on this one what we're going to do is when we enter, what I want you to do is work in some turns. So I'm going to tell you which direction I want you to turn.
Okay.
With that, try to keep the attitude the same. Don't let the nose drop too much or come up. And we're just going to kind of maneuver around a little bit, see that we can fly around in an auto rotation. It's not like once we've locked in and we've entered into it, we have to go straight. When in reality, the spot may be behind you.
We're going to make straight. I want 7.
All right, sorry. And I'm building speed on purpose here.
Okay.
Because we're at 3,000.
Cool, and you can raise the collective up a little bit, get some of that speed. All right, lights out, gauges look good. We still got the half a quarter. Car beat's coming up all the way for us.
Parker County traffic, 890.
When you're ready, you can call it.
About a mile
Okay,
to the west
3,
over flag,
2,
field at
1.
1680.
Down, collective, right side click.
Boom. Okay,
Raise
back
up.
up.
42423.
A little more on the up collective there. See the RPM's a little above the green.
Oh, gotcha.
And we're pretty fast, so we can let the nose come up a little bit, but try not to let the build come in too much, so we can raise the collective a tiny bit more. There you go. All right, do me a favor, let's go and turn to the left 90 degrees. So we're gonna look to the left, turn. Don't let the nose drop or rise, let's kind of keep it here. Give me more of a hard left turn. Bring it in. There you go, more left. There you go, now let's bank hard to the right, going back to the field we were originally going for. We're gonna see RPM drop, so good job on the down collective, and follow it up. So raise the collective here, raise the collective. Yeah, we're a little high now. And I just gotta drop it down. Keep that throttle rolled off. Down on the collective, because we're low on the RPM, and then follow it up. There it comes, perfect. All right, let's get the throttle back in, and we'll go and climb out. So up collective, left pedal, a little bit forward. So one thing I want you to try to start like correlating is the feeling of the helicopter with the rotor RPM. And so if we start feeling light in our seat, we're probably going to see a drop in the RPM. If we feel heavy in our seat, we're going to see a rise in the RPM. So just be a little bit cognizant of that, and that's what I was talking about, feeling the helicopter in your seat and responding to that prior to with the collective. So you end up not even seeing the rotor RPM move. So like say if I feel heavy in my seat, I know I'm going to get a build so I can raise the collective up a little bit. If I feel light in my seat, I know I'm going to get a drop so I can start lowering the collective a little bit for that. Alrighty, when you're ready, we'll go and lights out, looking good here, carb's coming up, and we'll just get 75 in.
Alright, 3, 2, 1.
Down collective, right pedal, half cyclic. Roll off, raise the collective, or the build. There it is, and try to keep that throttle rolled off throughout this maneuver. So every time you raise the collective, it wants to bring the throttle back in.
Okay.
See a little pond over there? Let's steer towards that.
Okay, coming to the pond.
So
We're
watch the
fast.
RPM. Our nose is starting to drop. That's why we're getting that RPM there and a little bit airspeed. All right, let's give me a left turn 90 degrees here. Keep coming around. Let's aim for this little oil pad over here. All right, let's get that throttle back in. We'll raise that collective, a little bit of left pedal, pitch parachute.
About 5 miles to the west, with a parking area to the northeast. Currently at 3,000, climb up to 3.5, Parker County.
There you go. Good job on those turns. A couple of them just watching the nose kind of fall.
Yeah.
Started getting a little slow at the end. And that just tells me where we were at. The nose was maybe just a little too high and a little too much on the up collective. What that would do is actually gives us the RPM right in the green where we want it, but we're going to have a decrease in the airspeed as it's kind of progressing. It's a slow decline in airspeed.
Okay.
All right, so on this one, what I want us to work on is speeding up and slowing down in an auto rotation.
Okay.
And so the way we can kind of think about that is if I want to slow down, almost like you're on like a horse reins, right? You're pulling back, so both hands are coming back. So what I'm going to do is pitch up a little bit for the aft on the cyclic, and then where that's going to give us a build, so I need to be raising the collective, and both of those happen at the same time.
Copy.
If I want to speed up, it's the opposite direction. It's going to be nose down, collective down. Now what I don't want is this huge nose pitch up or like a quick drop on the nose. It's just very subtle changes. We don't want to have a massive speed changes. It's going to be a gradual thing. So if I look down, I'm at 60 knots. Okay, I want to get 65. It's just a little down and forward.
Okay.
All right, so with this one, we're going to enter, just get a nice glide. And then what I want you to do is slow us down to 55 knots. And then after that, I want you then to speed us up to 75 knots. Okay. So those are going to be my two that I'm trying to get you to.
All right, let me get to 675.
Okay. So we'll get ready to enter. So again, we'll make sure we have carb feed up. So this time I'm going to have you pull it. So you're just going to reach down there and pull the carb feed all the way up. There it is.
Okay. All right, 70. All right, you ready?
Yes, sir. You call it.
3, 2, 1.
So down, collective, right pedal, half cyclic, roll off, raise the collective. There you go. Now let's slow down. So a little bit of back and down, or up on the collective. Not too much. See how quickly the RPM can build on us?
Yeah.
So we'll raise that collective up. A little more back on the cyclic, so aft. And we'll hold that right here. The airspeed we're going to see slowly decline. A little more back and up. There it is. Now we'll speed up. So it's going to be forward cyclic, down collective. More down. There you go. Perfect. Now we got to raise that up as it comes. More on the up collective. Look at our RPM real high right there. So that collective coming up.
Lancaster traffic, turn lane 5% Mark Charlie, using the upwind 431. We're departing the area to the west. Lancaster.
There you go. You're getting the hang of it. All right, let's get back to 65 knots now. Careful not to blow through it, right?
Yeah.
Let's get that throttle back in now. So we'll just release the grip on the throttle, let it go up by itself. Raising the collective. Forward on the cyclic, left pedal.
Archer to the west. Parker County.
A little more left pedal. There you go.
All right, I'm trying to get the feel.
Yeah.
I don't have to think about pedals.
No, you kind of just lock it in there a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's muscle memory on the pedals.
That's one less thing to worry about, which is great. All right, same thing. Doing our checks before we do our auto, so lights are out, gauges are good, fuel a little less than half. Now we're about 8 tank. Everything's all the way up. We see that trending away.
All right.
And you're ready.
3, 2, 1.
Down collective, right pedal, half cyclic, roll off, catch the build. Here's our check. Now we'll start a nice gentle slowdown, so a little aft and up. Not too far aft because our RPM is getting a little high here. There you go. Keep the aft coming, so back, perfect. Starting to drift a little to the right. There you go. A little more, there it is, 55. Now let's work on that speed up, a little bit more down. Down collective, yeah, there you go. Forward on the cyclic for speed, more forward.
Oh, you want speed?
Yeah, we're going up to 75 now.
Okay.
Now we're going to raise that collective with that build here.
I see it.
Parker County traffic, helicopter 277 Alpha Echo, we're center line westbound, Parker County.
Pretty good. We'll let that throttle come back in. Okay. We'll raise the collective. Let's go and head back to Meacham.
Okay. Well, that was
Victor Lima, turn
really
right,
interesting. Learned a lot on the auto rotations. Not as fearful as I thought. I mean, I remember as a private pilot, fixed wing, the first time we did stalls, I thought I was going to die. But this was pretty tame compared to that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that you can make it a little more gut-wrenching, but I mean, it's just really honestly going to hurt the training. So, but the kind of steps we made today are really positive, and so I think you did a good job.
All right.